Yeah, it's all good now. We out the hood now. It's all good now. We out the hood now. We out the hood.
Man, there's only one side, that's the Philly side. Listen, man, let's get right into it. Y'all already know I'm your host JD, and you got your co-host Coach Woods, man. How you feeling, Coach? How your weekend been?
I'm chilling. Got football today after we done here. Other
Yeah,
than that, had some sparring yesterday. Same old, but we working.
yeah. It was some cars yesterday too. Like, it wasn't like
Yeah,
real big cars. It was a lot of prospect cars, honestly.
yeah, yeah. I know there was an MVP card and another one. I don't know the
I think it
promoter.
was like three cars. It was all a lot of them was
It
under the
probably was.
zone too. It was
Yeah.
like three cars under the zone. But let's get right into it, man. It's officially a duck now. Brian Norman, the boo situation, Coach. What's going on? I'm hearing a lot, but I want to hear you say like it was a lot of money on this table for the guy to take.
I mean, pretty much know from the videos how I feel about it. I mean, it's two ways to look at it. Brian Norman was trying to squeeze anything he can get out the situation. But I really don't think he intended on taking the fight at all anyway. I think he was using the press to kind of promote his next fight. I think that fight was already kind of set against Cuevas. I think that fight was set already, and he needed something to latch on to boost Brian Norman's name. So he said, "All right, let's go with the biggest name at 147 right now. All right, let's go back and forth." He heard that. He heard Boots say something about them declining it. He said, "All right, I'm gonna latch on to that, and let's run
Yeah,
this
we
shit.
got
Run
run
this
with
shit
it.
into the ground." And now everybody gonna talk about me, and then we can sell this bullshit Cuevas fight.
Yeah, I mean, but my
But
thing
my
is,
my thing is this: before we go even further, that's cool, but you had a huge payday in front of you, right? And in my opinion, from what I've seen, I don't know if Brian Norman is good enough to carry out the expectations to get that mega fight later. Just from what I've seen, I could see him losing as soon as the competition is stepped up to a championship level again. Against certain guys, I could see him losing. I could see him also losing in a rematch to Boca Chica that will probably never happen because they'll probably avoid that. So I don't know if he's good enough to actually carry it to get that championship fight later. So I don't know. In my opinion, maybe he should have took it, but I understand him for not taking it. But I just think how he went about it was kind of corny. He started talking shit. Oh, boots don't hit hard, this and that. Like I know he feel what he feel, but I feel like some of it was just a press tour to kind of just pull his name up in the news cycle for this next fight.
but the only thing I don't like about the dad situations is like all that is coming from senior mouth. We didn't hear half of that stuff come from Junior's mouth, Brian Norman Junior's mouth. So we don't
Exactly.
know if he really said, "Oh, Boots ain't got no power." I haven't seen anything I actually heard come from Brian Norman Junior's mouth with him saying, "Oh,
I think
Boots
there was
can't
one
hit."
interview that it was interpreted like that. It could have just been an
With Mill
interpretation.
City, cause Mill City been having all the interviews with him lately.
Right. So I don't know. I didn't see anything explicitly myself, but yeah, I mean, when you let somebody talk for you, they're gonna write checks that your ass can't cash. So that's up to you. If you're gonna let them write those checks that you gotta pay later, then that's on him too. Fuck
Yeah,
it. He
cause
your representative,
that's a
so
big
we gonna
ticket.
take it. That's your word too.
Yeah, no, definitely, it's a big ticket too. Like I don't understand. My thing is, a lot of people say he should have took that 1.7 or 8,
Seven
whatever.
five, they saying
A lot
one
of
point
people
seven
say he
five.
should have took that. I feel as those too, cause like you said, like if all that needs to happen is for him to take a fight versus a recent Boots opponent or anything and just not look good for them. I'm like, oh yeah, that Boots fight wouldn't have been worth it. That's all it takes. He can
That's all it
still
takes.
win, but he could have had a hell of a fight like with Avenesia. Like I feel like Avenesia would give him a fight personally to me. Because
Right.
he's a very good fighter that can actually punch in between punches. And he's
Yep.
really good at it too. And I can feel him getting caught with something. That's just how I'm thinking the fight could go. But like that's all it takes for him to just get dropped in between punches. Now, oh yeah, he won the stage chance.
If he even
And now that
struggles
shit is
against this guy,
gone.
it's a wrap. If he struggles against this guy, that's a fucking wrap.
Because
Because he's supposed to wipe the floor with this guy.
they want the build up. And I see that's what Brian Norman Sr. want. He want this build up, but your son has to stay on this
Has
high
to actually
level
perform.
for that
Right.
money for even the money might even grow. If they're able to build, the money most likely will grow. But at the same time, because it's gonna be more wanted to see.
Right.
But like, it just take him to have a lackluster performance to be like, oh
Exactly.
yeah, this joint wasn't worth it. Like, even we seen Boots, and Boots felt like his last performance wasn't his best performance, and he still looked it good in that fight.
Right. And that's the thing. He was talking about, oh, Boots hasn't fought anybody, this and that. Oh, we bringing the same thing to the table, but it's not the same when you look at the eye test. Boots passes the eye test way better, regardless of opponent. When you just see the skill set, Boots passes the eye test way better. He's more exciting. He gets those guys out of there in more exciting fashion. His skill level just seems way ahead of Brian Norman's right now. And we're acting like Brian Norman had a great knockout against a great opponent. We can't take that away. But we aren't going to act like this motherfucker wasn't fighting for his life until that knockout. Stanton was on his ass. They was going back and forth. Like, he was fighting for his life. So, yeah, he had a great fight. But 2 fights before that didn't look that good. So it's like, all right, so what Brian Norman are we getting?
Yeah. So my thing is, are you like, because with like it's a lot being said that everybody basically ducking Boots. All the champions at 47 is ducking they're looking at a move up, but it's not official yet. I can see it happening.
I can see it too. That's the part that's kind of getting me where it's like, all right, I get it. These guys aren't fighting Boots, but at some point it's gonna be on Eddie to put this money up to make these fights happen. Now, is it just Eddie's plan for him to move up? Because now it's starting to look like, all right, this is just what Eddie wants, instead of actually what's best for Boots or what Boots wants. So it's like, all right, is this just your plan? Are you just trying to manipulate the situation to carry out your plan, or is it just like, all right, well, we really can't find no fights for him?
Yeah, are they really trying to freeze him and push him up to 54? Because my thing is, like we were just talking about, Brian Norman literally just took a big pay cut to be under a Keyshawn card, somebody who's a contender and not even a champion yet.
Yeah, he's on the undercard.
Like, is it true that y'all just could be wanting to push him out? Y'all, I think he the co-main, but like, come on, bro, you was about to be a main eventer. So is y'all really trying to freeze him out and push him out? Like, anything necessary? Because you just had $1 million uphand payday right there in your face. So it's like, they could be just trying to push him out, because we know Bob. They want to talk. I know Brian Norman Sr. was talking, but we know Bob. Bob want to keep them belts over there at top rank. That's for sure.
I mean, that's not just Bob. That's all of them.
Yeah.
All of them want to do that.
But like, where was Bob at in this negotiation? We ain't hear nothing from Bob.
He was just gonna take his cut. You don't care.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you want this fight to happen? Do you not want this fight to happen? Like, Bob just was nowhere around to be found, and I take from that he don't want this fight to happen.
I just don't think he cares too much about Norman and whatever path he takes. He just wants his cut, like, because he's not getting promoted heavily like that. At least I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Not since he's been with Top Rank. He's just been getting lined up after lineup, and it's just like, all right, we'll see what happens. I never see no major promotion. You don't see him on them card announcements like they be doing with Abdullah and Keyshawn and them. I think he's just a guy to them. I don't really think Bob cares for him either way. Yeah. He don't hate him. He don't like him. He's just another guy on his promotion.
It's somebody who's gonna bring in some money.
Right. Whatever happens, happens.
As long as he got Bob happy, as long as he ain't got trash boxers, as long as he got boxers that could put up and at least make him some good bread. Bob, cool, I think.
Right.
Bob old. Man, I don't know how old Bob is.
Top Rank got their guys who they really want to push. Yeah, Edgar Berlanga and Elvis Rodriguez was them before, they started looking a little iffy and taking losses. Or at least in Rodriguez's case, he took a loss and then they kind of dropped him.
Berlanga looked kind of basic more than probably what he thought, honestly.
And they let him go. Jihad Tucker didn't look good. He kind of fell off. He's not getting promoted. Jihad, though, yeah. Right. He's not getting pushed like that. Yeah, so like they got their guys, they got their picks.
Yeah, it's like, so how you feel about Mario and Stanley Otis? Do you feel like they really want to fight, or you think they free? I think Mario got actually offered $2 million to fight.
Well, I think Mario should always get more than Brian Norman would have ever got because
Yeah,
Mario has a fucking resume and he's been in this for a minute.
and he's been at it with the base of
Yeah,
boxing and
yeah,
gave
he's
up a
been in
good
there with
fight.
Tank.
Yeah,
He beat up Ugas good. Like he's done his due diligence to get the money.
and you can say, and the thing is, you can say Ugas probably is the best, like better than basically all Boost opponents. Honestly, Ugas
Yeah, yeah.
for sure.
Mario has
He
has
got
that
that
resume.
win. Yeah, he got
He
that
got
win.
that resume. He got
That
signature
win.
wins,
Yeah.
and he got just good fights. Period. Even though he lost to Tank, he gave Tank a hell of a fight, which is another thing. I think if Brian Norman would have took that payday, gave Boots a hell of a fight, that would have raised his stock more than this
Exactly.
bullshit.
Exactly.
Like if you give the boogeyman a hell of a fight and make him look like, oh, he's not, what y'all think he was. I may have lost, but I gave him everything he could handle. That would raise your fucking stock.
Exactly. And that it gets crazy because that takes me to even Waters, Mario, Stanley Onis. Why won't y'all just dare to be great? Why do anybody want to be great anymore in this sport? Honestly, because at the end of the day, even if you lose, coach, as long as you gave him a hell of a fight, like you just said, you left it all in that ring. Even though you lost, your stock gonna raise. They're still gonna want to see you fight because you're
Yeah,
giving
I
these guys
think
you
Barrios is
dare to
there.
be great. And
I think
Barrios, yeah,
Barrios would dare to, yeah, and
I
I think
think,
Stan will probably do it too.
but we
I'm
gotta
not really,
see, one of them get boosted shot then. The fight boots. Like, and I
I
feel
mean,
like Barrios would have been the first person, but if you step up to Tank, you can at least step up to Boots. Come on, bro.
you saying that like that's two of the, they the same. They're not the
They
same.
not the same, but I mean, is Tank
But
not
that's
a
why I
killer
don't think
too?
Barrios is, yeah, that Barrios is not afraid of it or nothing like that. I don't think I like people be saying, "Oh, no fighter is afraid." These fighters be scared too
Yeah, they do.
because they
They
let a
get some
lot of the
people that don't
chirping
get
get in
scared.
the
Yeah,
air. A lot of the chirping get in the air. They don't want to, lose their stock or whatever. Whatever the case may be. Sometimes they get scared. I mean, it is what it is. They don't. It could be for business reasons. I don't know if they just scared to fight, but sometimes things get in their head where they get scared of shit.
but then again, you gotta be in general. You gotta be thinking about it too for the youth too, because like being like this and everybody want to be this Floyd Mayweather what they owe. Why y'all can't? Y'all gotta set an example for this youth, coach. Like I feel like you gotta let these kids listen.
Everybody not Floyd. Floyd was
It's
able to
not.
do that because he was fucking Floyd. He was great at what he did. Get your ass in the gym and be great.
And dare to
But
be great.
people trying to do it through politics, like it's
Politics is
fucking
stupid.
whack.
And social media that took over. They could talk all through social media all they want, but ain't nobody signing them contracts for it. It's just making them bigger, and but the fight's not happening. But you can become way bigger if you get the fight popping, and then like we said, make the fight close, make the fight great, and now they might want to see a rematch. No, 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 controversy. That controversy hit. No, we felt like Brian Norman did kind of win. A lot
All
of
right.
people
Then the
controversy talking,
rematch, you
and
getting
then
3.25 million.
exactly. It's and imagine if you do it, because in this sport it only takes one punch. So
Right.
if you can slip, catch that, if you can
Nobody's
slip and catch
invincible.
boots, listen, and you go
Nobody's
down,
invincible.
that rematch coming. But now you calling the shots. That's for anybody.
And then they act like going and fighting this guy on this undercard isn't a risk. It only take one shot for him too. What if he clip you?
Exactly. And now you had a 1.75 deal on the table, and you're not getting that deal ever again
You could have
unless you
flipped that
build
into a
yourself up.
3.25 later or some shit. You could have flipped
Exactly.
that shit.
And it's like he about to go do that, go fight on the undercard. The match just ain't matter to him. You about to go fight on the undercard to a contender, somebody that don't even have a belt. And no, all respects to Keyshawn, he's a hell of a fighter, but he's not a champion
Yeah, not
like
yet.
Brian Norman. And Brian Norman about to take this and say, all right, I take this 3K. I think it's 300K he taking for this fight. You
Whatever
still
it
got to think
is,
about
it
your
ain't the same.
taxes, all that. You still was going to come out with way more money than this fight
Facts.
compared to the Boost fight. That's why the math ain't mathing. Everybody say you felt like you should have took the fight. Even Zab on Mill City was saying you should have took that. Like everybody kept saying like you, why not take it? Like
I
why
don't
not?
think he ever
What's
planned
the
to. I don't think he ever even thought he was actually going to take that fight. He just wanted people to talk about him. He wanted people to talk about him, sell this bullshit fight that he had with Cuevas, that he better fucking look good and he better win. So I mean, I think he was just trying to sell his next fight. To be honest with you.
Listen, and he did an okay job. I'm gonna say okay, cause you got him talking. I mean, you got him talking for a good couple of weeks.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
speaking
I
of
just
the,
think some of the things he started doing was a little corny, but he did what he had to. But at what price? That's all I'm saying.
yeah, but speaking on the Keyshawn card, how you feel about Keyshawn headline his main event, especially against a tough opponent that we spoke about before with Gustavo Limos. How you feel
Hmm.
about it? You think he can sell? How you feel, Coach?
Now that's somebody that Top Rank clearly likes. And somebody that and I think Keyshawn he can get there. To me personally, he comes off a little corny sometimes, but he does know how to talk. He can sometimes like when he talks, it's like he doesn't even believe what he's saying sometimes, just to how I see it. But he gotta get more comfortable in front of the camera and talking his shit. But I think he can. I think he can get there. I think he can get there once he starts finding his own way through everything. And he performs when he gets in the ring, so that's all that really matters. Everything else he can build on.
Like we already spoke about the Gustavo versus Limos. Hopefully he does win and win in a great fashion, unanimous, but look good in the unanimous decision. But he is doing a good thing because this is main event. I think the main event is gonna be in his hometown.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know how
think
to
so.
pronounce it. Norfolk, Virginia.
Norfolk, yeah,
Norfolk,
Norfolk.
Norfolk, Virginia. I mean, it's good though because he has other two brothers on here. I think they go by
Yeah, I
Dirty
seen
Dirty.
his
I
other brother
mean,
is he having his pro
pro
debut.
pro debut, and that's amazing. I mean, got all
Yeah,
three
he
brothers.
putting the team
And
on. He
y'all
putting
putting the
the team
team
on.
right on. And like you
Can't hate
said,
on
he
that.
clearly one of Top Rank's favorites. So y'all
Yeah,
already see they gonna give him what he want. They put his brother pro debut on there. That's
and
amazing.
it's always the young boy is always the best one. So now I gotta see. It's
Now I
always
gotta
the
see.
youngest
Yeah, I
the
know.
best one.
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't watch his amateur career. I really want to see
I
how it
seen
go
like
though.
2 or 3 fights from him as amateur, but that should be way different in the pros.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm not sure. I mean, we probably don't know if he even tried to go to the Olympics this year. I don't know how old he is, but he should have been old enough if he could go pro now.
I seen
So,
him in the nationals. Yeah,
yeah, but he could have. Like, I don't know if he tried out for the Olympics. Not sure. We had to look that up for sure. But I think he's showing concern. I think he's showing, like you said,
Mhm.
he got the tuck, he got the game for it. Even if you don't believe it, he got the game for it. He
yeah.
know,
He just
as
got to
long as I
grow
got
into it a
that
little more.
game, yeah. Once I got that game and look more confident and cool while I'm
Hmm.
talking, doing it, because he already got the swag, he got everything. I feel like in terms of to be a face, a star of the sport for sure. Now he's just
He do.
gotta get this win. This win right here is gonna be like, all right, Keyshawn here. He here
Yeah,
for
that'll put him
business.
in
He
that
here
talk, in that
he
champion
really here for
talk.
business. I mean, I think the tank and this one that I don't like because he said he won't fight Shakur, but the tank and the Shakurs, I mean, he ain't ready for them yet.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah. I
think he's
mean, he's
ready for
gonna
them
need
yet.
maybe
It's gonna take some time, but like you
a
said,
Lemos, and then maybe I wish he would be
I
able
say
to get a frame
Hitchison's
ground
next.
fight.
I say Richard. I say
Hitchens,
Hitchens next. After this,
Hitchens would be good.
I feel like a lot of people gonna call for that fight for some reason. Like
I
after, if he wins
This is a technician, yeah.
unanimously, I think a lot of people gonna call for that fight. If Keyshawn do a lot better, because it's gonna question Hitchison's side now. So it's
Yeah,
like the fight.
common opponent.
I like to see it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. But we gotta
It'd
see
be
him
a
get
hell of
past
a
Lemos
fight.
first.
Yeah, because if he get past him and with flying colors, I think
Right.
people gonna call for that fight. And y'all let me know in the comments. I think people gonna call for this fight. I think so.
Shit, I
Because
would.
this was gonna bring this is what's gonna bring boxing back, because you know how they gonna look at it. It's gonna happen. Then they're gonna try to build it up,
Hmm.
like, and take forever with the fight, because that's what the
Right.
promoters want. These boxers
Right.
do want to get it on first sometimes. Until some boxers learn the business. Now when they learn the business, now they want to milk it. You got Bud, you got Tank. They're gonna milk these joints to get the most money possible. Like, that's one thing about the sport I just don't like. Like, just get in there, because this is how you get the square people out the way first.
Right.
Just like all the old school fighters did.
Hmm.
They faced each other and they seen the Tommy Hearn, the Sugar Rays, and the Bird of the Rams was all great.
Yeah,
But
a
they
lot of
got the
those fights
squares
took a
out of
while
there
to build
first.
too.
Yeah, but they got a lot of the squares out of there early.
Yeah. True.
Compared to like now, you see who the legends is. All right, no, these cats serious. Yeah, they lost, but these cats no joke,
Right.
and still went down in the books in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these cats, like that's one thing I hate. Like they'll take forever to make these fights, especially nowadays. Though, like we'll wait forever for this fight to happen for a coach.
Yeah. And I think it's just too much inactivity too. It's just too much inactivity.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
these guys are fighting once a year. And it's like that's crazy.
Speaking on that, though, since you saying that, that's why I gotta commend Devin for coming back after that. What happened in his last fight? He's
Mm-hmm.
now they saying coming back against is it Liam
Liam Paro.
Paro? Liam
Yep.
Paro.
Yep.
Because Dev only took what, that was only like 4 months. That's not a long
Uh,
takeoff.
yeah, yeah, something like that.
I commend Devin for coming right back because I feel like that's not a long.
Right into a tough fight at that.
Yeah, right into a tough fight at that. Because he could have waited for Ryan to come back off this suspension, but got both wrestlers.
No,
now.
he could have took a duck. He could have took whoever. He could have
Yeah.
just tried to get a little easy comeback fight, but to fight a champion on his comeback, yeah,
But that's what gets me too. If we would go into the Dev and the Pyro, like a lot of people, they don't take combat. Like damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. What was you saying? Last thing you said that I just tripped up.
oh yeah, he coming back taking a tough fight, even though he could have came back and took a way lesser opponent. He could have took a duck. Could have took a
That's
cab driver.
he could have took a cab driver. Let's go right into Devin versus Pyro because I lost thought. How you feel about that whole fight though? Like how you feel about this fight? Because Liam Pyro is a tough cat.
Yeah, it's a tough fight for both guys. It's Devin's comeback fight. Like we got to see how is he going to react now. Is he going to be gun shy? Is he going to be second guessing himself a lot? And for Liam Paro, this is a way to prove that he really belongs in here. So yeah, he beat Superio Matias, but everybody was kind of 50-50 on him. Like they was trying to build him up as some boogeyman, but people was 50-50 on him. I already knew he had no footwork or anything. We've seen him lose before, but a win against Devin would really solidify Liam Paro in this division. So it's a good fight for both guys.
Yeah, Dev. I feel like Dev. He's that's one thing I commend Dev for too. He takes tough fight. Dev ain't no. Even though a lot of people. Oh, that was one thing I want to get back to, but we ain't gonna get back to it. No, or I can mix it in. All right, so yeah, but Dev once you take a loss, just like he took a loss, he came back first. He taking tough competition, but then again, you gotta think about it because Dev come back. He take the tough competition, but he ain't trash. But that's how a lot of people looking at him as he trash.
I mean, technically he didn't take a loss.
Everybody trash. Yeah, technically he didn't, but we did watch him get. Like you can't take away what we seen. Like you can't erase that from our minds.
You can erase it off the record, but you can't erase it out of what we see.
People, he trash, he trash. Once you lose, don't mean you trash. Especially for Dev to come back and give y'all a tough fight for him. He finna show it. He finna make a proof. Like, listen, this. Oh, if I was to take a real L, I'll come back and fight Liam Paro from the rip. A tough fight. So it's like, and if I win, what y'all gonna say? Ain't no corny. He gonna demolish that. Oh, you lose, you corny. He gonna demolish that topic, especially from his name. So like you said,
right.
a lot of people could have came back and for taxi drivers and things like that.
Right.
But this, I think he gonna definitely cancel that topic out that I'm corny, especially if you win in a dominant fashion way.
It's all about what have you done for me lately? You're only good as your last fight type thing. So yeah, I mean, if he beats Liam Paro, especially in impressive fashion, I think that whole narrative will kind of fade after time.
And one thing I know we talked about a lot of this. We talked about this a lot when it comes to even with Shakur or Jaron Anderson. I feel like they think it's all hate, right? We talked about that. Like when people think it's hate, one thing I gotta get rid of. The only reason why they think it's hate too, I feel like it's too many yes men in a lot of these guys' corner. Instead of being truthful coach that I know you're a big. If I'm over here and I was Jared Anderson and I fought what's his name? Was it Martin? What's
Martin
his name?
Bacoli.
No,
Martin Bacoli.
not
Wait.
Martin Bacoli.
Oh, Charles Martin.
Charles Martin. Yeah, it was two Martins. I'm not. Hold on. Damn, it's two Martins. One Martin.
I just noticed
When
that
he
one
fought
difference.
him, a lot of people seen his mistakes, and that's from a veteran that exposed what was that he
It was
needed
the
to fix.
same mistakes.
Yeah,
It
and
was the
but
same
that's
mistakes.
from not just Jared. That's from the people that's in his corner too. The yes men. Nah, bro. Don't worry about him. Don't listen to him, bro. He just hating. He just hating. Instead of
Right.
giving him the truth and saying no, let's sharpen up this defense, bro. Because
Right.
the way you lost in the Bacoli fight was the way you was about to lose in the Martin fight, Charles Martin fight.
Well, he was never about to lose that fight. He just
Nah,
got
not
hurt.
like
But
that.
yeah, I
It
get what
could.
you
You
mean.
know what I'm saying? The way he would have lost would have been that way, basically.
That's true.
If he
I
was to
see
lose
what
to
you mean.
Charles Martin, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I
Like
got
if he
you. I
was
got
to lose, that was how it was gonna go, basically.
you. Yeah,
Because it was the same mistakes, the things
it
people like
was.
Greg Hackett was saying, like sharpen, like the things that everybody was saying, like the defense. His defense isn't there right now. He needed to sharpen up on his defense, but that's his yes men, people that scared to tell him the truth.
Yeah, because it's a lot of ego. It's a lot of ego. A lot of these guys get used to hearing, you know, a whole lot of people in their ear talking about, "Oh yeah, you're great, you're great, you're great," because those guys are scared to get kicked out of the cool kids group or whatever. They're scared to get fired, or they're scared to,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Instead of
upset
the
the guy,
man,
upset their
yep,
meal ticket.
yep.
So, but yeah, I mean, I'd rather tell you the truth and have you get better than
Be
just
great.
try to keep you around just cause. Like, I ain't with all that. Like, a lot of these guys need somebody in their corner telling them the truth,
Yeah,
because a lot of people don't have that. Even in regular life, like, people don't have that enough. And
exactly.
people like to tune out anything negative because their feelings. Fuck your feelings. Like, you got to do what you got to do to get better.
Yeah, tell him the truth. Cause my thing is, if you don't, that mean you really want him to win, or are you banking that hopefully he is just this good,
No, they
but
just
you
want to
just
hang
can't
around.
beat him?
They just want to be around. They just want to be around if he wins. Because I bet half them people that was yes man and the fuck out of him is probably not even around when he lose.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, and that's for all other fighters too. Because people in Shakur corner telling Shakur, no, I don't listen to him, Shakur. They just hating, Like, bro, tell these
they
guys the
sensitive.
truth sometime.
They're
Like,
sensitive. They're sensitive. They can't handle the truth. They want things laid out so nicely, and they want people to coddle them, and it's a whole lot of
yeah,
just
and that's
soft, honestly.
that's true to it too. But then that's what I mean by the yes men. They might just think like, am I really doing good? Like, am I really doing good, truthfully? And they telling them to lie when he know he may not be doing good, but he doing good enough to win.
Right.
And they not telling, like, they're not. He know, like, he feel like he see this flaw, but his yes men around him are telling him, no, that flaw ain't what you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in your ear saying, everybody that's talking around this is just hating. Like,
Yeah.
they just need that real person in their corner. Like,
Yeah.
you need one of those people in life in general, like you were saying, just in life in general too. Like, but
Mm-hmm.
in boxing, it could get real dangerous because I mean they could be leading you somewhere that you could get hurt from. Like a defense, just by off of a defensive lack that you lacking, but they're not telling you. They're just telling you what you want to hear. It could get you hurt, truthfully. Because
Yeah. For sure.
my thing is, Jaron Anderson couldn't have came out there and fight safe, and I'm a fan of Jaron's. He like the way he was getting dropped a lot. He like that shit. It could have went a
Yeah,
whole different direction.
should have got
Honestly,
stopped a little earlier, in my opinion.
that's what I'm saying. Like
That's just,
he was hurt.
he young. Like, take the loss and just move on. Ain't no point in taking that much punishment.
Yeah, we see that you got your heart, you got that lion in you, but
Right.
you
You
could have
don't
got
need to prove
seriously
it this
hit,
young
Jay.
all the time. You don't need to
Yeah,
prove it every fucking time. Like,
and then
bro,
his team could have threw in the towel too. So right there,
that's
it's
what I'm saying.
like,
Your
but then
your team
it's
got to
up
take
to
care of you before the ref do.
yeah.
The ref ain't for
That's
you.
what I'm about to say.
Your
The
team
ref,
is.
but the ref, and then you got refs. The ref should be there, but like, hold on, this kid done. Oh, this kid done. And so, and my
Right, but
thing is,
they're
they
gonna
do
wait
that a
longer
lot.
than the corner should.
Yeah, they will, but like, it's like That's why people be dying because y'all let them take too much.
Right.
And then they probably feel guilty about it because they let it go on too long. Like some of them fights, I be sitting there like, oh yeah, he done, wave it. And then the
Right.
ref would just take forever. I'm like, he's done. You could just
But
tell he done.
that's on the corner too. The ref is like different refs are gonna do different things. So the corner, if they see it, then they gotta call it because they're the ones that, at the end of the day, they're the ones that's supposed to be looking out for you.
And then that's where it goes with the yes men sports. I especially tell these boxers where their mistakes are at instead of just being a yes man. Because we just had a young prospect in Najim John that took a loss. I don't. Did you watch the whole fight?
I did.
I mean, it got real bloody in there with that head collision because they both was gushing. I think Najim was over his head, so it was going all.
Yeah, it was on his forehead.
But I mean, I kept it truthful to him. I let him know, like, listen, you did abandon your jab, bro. You stopped going at things that was working. Like his straight left was working. It was working against that kid in that fight. Cause he came out like he was trying to like take away his jab. You know, if you know how to take away your jab and your southpaw, it could work. Like the way he was moving, he was inching for like he was trying to take away his jab. He was doing a good thing, and that straight left was giving him problems. I let him know his mistake. But I also let him know you can still be great, bro. You can still be a champion.
Yeah, for sure. One fight don't determine. It's one loss. It don't determine the rest of your career. But that shit really reminded me. Oh yeah, you skipping too.
Yeah, I'm skipping.
Yeah, you should just froze.
That's why I paused up. Did I freeze up just now? You still skipping? You want to hang up and call
Yeah,
back?
your camera's off on my end.
All right, hang up and call back.
There you go.
You there?
Yeah.
It's still recording. I'm just gonna clip it out because you still skipping some on my end. Let me check my end. You say I'm skipping too, right?
You're good on my end now.
I'm good.
No, you're good on my end now. Yeah.
Maybe your hand real quick. I want to make. I'm cool.
Yeah, you good.
I just want to make sure your voice and the joint and everything match up. Voice and your movie.
All right. Yeah, you straight.
But what was we even talking about? I'm gonna go and clip that out anyway.
We was talking about Najim John. I was just about to say, and you can just clip right into this. That actually reminded me of the Tim Zeus Sebastian Fundora fight because Najim was doing all right, and then that cut happened. He kept touching at it. He kept pawing on it. It kept getting into his eye, and then I think it got to him mentally, and then it kind of just fell apart from there.
Yeah,
like he was doing good, but fell apart from there.
That's kind of basically almost the same like review I just was about to say on it. Like at some point, it looked like he didn't want to be there anymore. It was after the cut, it was like a lot of wild swinging and just a lot of holding.
Yeah, he felt like he had to rush it at that point.
Yeah, it's because I know the blood, but they was able to get it stopped. It was a lot though.
Yeah, but every time they started back up, the guy would touch it, or they would head clash again, and the shit would open right back up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just a lot to deal with, and I think that's his first time dealing with a cut like that. So
yeah, something to keep gushing like that.
Yeah, that's hard to deal with.
Yeah, because Southpaw and Orthodox fighters that happen a lot between them because of how they foot in position. You already know how it's set up, but just for people at home, like it was a good fight. He was doing really good. I commend him though. Like I said, like I'm not gonna be no yes man. Like I said, Regime, I feel like even though with the loss, like I said, I'm not gonna be a yes man, but I still also told him that he could still win. I feel like he's still gonna be a champ. I feel like he's gonna be a hot prospect still, which he still is. I mean, we all seen a lot of people that seen, but a lot of people. My thing is, since it's so early on in his career,
right?
Yeah, it's the one loss, but they're not gonna know how that loss even came by. They're not even gonna know it was a big cut in that fight. They both was gushing, and his was a little bit worse because it was just all in his eye, in his eye. But like a lot of people not gonna know that because, like you said, it's so early on. And that's one thing I did like about Najim though. He takes a lot of tough fights because fight before that he fought an undefeated fighter. and the
Yeah.
prospect. His name was Muhammad. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. Fuck, what was his name? I think it was one of the Muhammad brothers.
Yeah, it was. But like I told him, like he's still. A lot of people wouldn't even do that earlier on in his career. I was on the phone
Right.
with C4 the other day. A lot of people wouldn't do that because C4 also took a loss. But these guys right here, and I still call them my top prospects in Philly, which they are. I feel like because first even with that loss, I felt like they both could have won those fights. But I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
all lessons. It's all lessons. What happened in the fight is what happened. But even with
Oh,
them losing,
Robinson. It
yeah,
was
even
Muhammad Robinson.
I don't remember
Muhammad Robinson.
that name do
That was
sound
the undefeated
familiar.
guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was the undefeated guy he beat.
but even with that, they still hot. They still got the skill. They still gonna be
Mm-hmm.
guys that I feel like believe they could win titles in the future
Yeah,
for sure. Especially with the high
yeah.
risk they taking on. They taking on undefeated fighters. A lot of these
Mm-hmm.
guys that they records patent. I'm not gonna say that because early on, you know how it is when they building a fighter.
Right.
Those guys ain't take no easy route. They both was fight undefeated fighters. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Najim opponent was like 8-1
8-1.
before
Yeah.
he fought him. So that's still somebody that probably just took a loss and coming off like, listen, he already know how it feels to lose now. Now Najim had to go up against that
Right.
because he's somebody that don't have nothing to lose. He already lost,
Right.
and they the
I mean,
dangerous
and that's
fighters.
a fight that could be made in the future as well. The rematch.
Exactly, build a nice build up because they
Mm-hmm.
fought before early on in their careers, where it's gonna be like okay. But that's why even losing early on can be a good thing too because you see your mistakes. But that's why I was
Right.
saying before the youth need to understand that y'all see how Shakur and them all reacted, Floyd reacted because they hated to lose. It's not wrong with
Mm-hmm.
hating and want to lose, hating to lose. Cause everybody want to win, 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 win. But sometimes winning gets boring. I won't even lie. Winning gets boring,
And
coach.
sometimes winning doesn't reveal who you really are because you're getting
Exactly.
these padded records with these guys, and then you getting some real shit, and then you don't know how to react because you ain't never been in there with nothing.
Exactly. You don't know how to really bring that dog out in you because
Right.
they got
The
you
steamroll and
fighting.
everything.
Exactly. They got you fighting a bunch of cab drivers, like you said, things like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these
Fruit
people,
vendors.
yeah. That's why I always said, what I like Abdullah Mace. I love his skills. I like how posed disciplined he is as a fighter because he on
Mm-hmm.
his thing because he's actually on the on card as we speak. One thing I
Mm-hmm.
like about him, but we haven't seen nobody give him real competition. Like
I mean,
really
it's
get
not for
him
lack of
off
trying.
that.
Wasn't his last opponent undefeated? Not the one, not the last one, but the one before that,
I'm not even
or
100
was
percent
he just
sure.
LeBron?
Nah,
Was he undefeated?
I'm not even 100% sure he is undefeated.
I don't think
I'm
he might
not.
not have been undefeated, but it was probably like one or two losses,
I
something
could
like that.
check real quick. It was what's his name? Muhammad Abdullah. I don't know. How to spell Abdullah one of them names.
Come on, man, you should be looking this up.
Nah, I'm looking at Mason right now. Here he
Yeah,
is.
I'm about
I
to
got
pull it
him.
up.
I got him.
Yeah.
His last fight. You said was it? You said was it his last fight?
Yeah, his last fight was a 19-2 guy, and Louis LeBron was 20-5. So, and he did fight a
He
guy
was
that was 8
19
and
and
0.
2, 20 and 5, 14 and 5, and 8
He
and
did have an
0.
8 and 0 guy.
But he had like 3 draws. I mean,
Yeah,
hey, but hey, he was 8 and 0. So
still undefeated.
Abdullah record
He's
isn't
had some.
bad. It's
They
not
not
bad.
upside
Yeah.
down records. Yeah,
Like your first couple fights, like your first five might be like, all right, get a
right,
pass on that because you getting in the motion of that
right,
no headgear, 8 ounce
hmm
gloves, so that's cool. And
right.
some people like, oh, he fought somebody that was 0 and 18 or whatever the case may be, but that don't mean nothing. He getting in the rhythm, but once you say like, all right, you should be in that rhythm now. Now everybody throw you in there with the cast that's 14 and 5, 20 and 5. Like
Right.
20 and
No
5
more
record
upside down
really
records.
not that bad, honestly.
That's not
But somebody for like a prospect, a young prospect, it's not.
right.
But that's why I tell these guys like these yes men will ruin somebody's career if you let them, especially if they somebody real close to you, because you know you're gonna believe them.
Yeah.
You're gonna believe them because there's somebody real close to you. Like it's crazy. Like I just like I just like to keep it real. Like I said, I was on the phone with C4 yesterday. Kept it real with him when he took his loss. Kept it real with Najee. Kept it real. Like, let them know. Because I want to see them improve and get better. Not like, no, I want to see these guys I care about and want to see do good.
Right.
But we didn't even get to talk about the actual Keyshawn card. I feel like it's going to be a nice little card. Because we already spoke about Brian Norman being on there. I got the card pulled up right here.
Yep.
So we got, of course, Keyshawn, but we're gonna start from the bottom.
That should be Keon, right? They got to find his opponent.
I know it's Keon. Keon don't have an
Keon
opponent?
Davis.
I thought he did.
Nah, well, I mean, he got one, but it's to be announced on BoxRec.
Oh yeah, do I see it? And that's the his debut, right?
Yeah, that's the third Davis brother.
It's Calvin is first. Calvin
Yeah,
Davis versus.
Calvin.
Oh, this is one of them names right here.
Yace Gabriel Solano.
Yeah, we're gonna just say Gabriel. He's 15-3. It's not bad. It's not bad.
15-3 against 13-0.
10-0. Not the best of the best power. But how you feel? I mean, I know he's still a young prospect. How you feel about Calvin? Not bad, Calvin. And that's an overall fighter too.
I think Calvin should, win this fight fairly easily, but just as a fighter, I like him. He's been improving, but I don't know what his ceiling is. I don't see a super high ceiling. He doesn't impress me. Like, it's nothing special, but he's good at what he does.
He's at welter. And his welter, if we're talking welter is 47. I know it's welter and they say. So he's at 47.
Yeah.
How you like a career from at 47? He's a pretty big guy though.
He's big. I don't think he's getting no lower than 47.
No, I'm saying like you think he gonna like move up a little earlier because he's not. I don't see him in no conversation with no Mario boosting him for a while. He might just move up. It could be a boot in the future depending on how his career actually goes because Boot's gonna move up to 54 eventually too. Could be sooner than later, but how you feel like?
Honestly, I don't know if I see him reaching those heights, to be real with you. Just being honest in my assessment of what I've seen of him, I don't know if he really even takes it to that level, to be honest with you, just from what I've seen. I mean, he's getting there a little on the older side. He's older than Keyshawn, so
yeah, I feel
of course he's the oldest brother.
Yeah,
he's 27.
Keyshawn the middle child. Okay,
right.
I figured he was the middle child.
Yeah,
but he the one that already putting their faces on the boards already. Mm-hmm. And then I think Keon could be because I think the youngest, like I said, like we always say the youngest be the best.
Right, because he learned from the other two.
Yeah, like Boots had two older brothers. A lot of people don't know about. Mm-hmm. And then his dad, so that's basically 3 examples.
Right.
Right. So I'm gonna give it to Calvin for what I've seen. This should be How many knockouts keep? Yeah, known for power.
Keon or Kelvin?
Calvin, my bad, Calvin.
No,
not really. He half and half, honestly. He actually 7 KOs. So I knew he was more boxing skilled anyway. Yeah. He more of a he stick to his jacket. He's a long, lanky guy too.
Yeah.
So I like him putting on a nice boxing clean.
Yeah.
Of course, he's a prospect, so it's meant for him to win still, basically.
Yeah.
So we got. Actually, I'm gonna skip this. But let's hear Abdullah. That's why I said Abdullah. One thing I gotta give though, Abdullah Mason. I want to say shout out to this working. He literally just was on the card. Like what? 2-3 weeks ago, yo, literally was just on the card. Like he working. That's one thing I gotta give to him though. Like out of all these young prospects, Abdullah Mason is moving.
Yeah, he wants to fight. He wants to get there as soon as possible. He's talking about a belt next year, so he got to get moving.
Yeah, and I feel like it should be the build up to him and Kid Austin. I feel like that's gonna be who wants to smoke with these young boys? Whoever wants.
But wouldn't that? Who is Kid Austin with? He's with Matchroom.
Yeah, Golden Boy.
Oh, Golden Boy. Okay.
Yeah. No, not Matchroom. My bad. He was Golden Boy. My bad. He was Eddie in that.
Yeah.
Said Eddie's.
Oscar.
Yeah, and
All
Oscar,
right,
you know,
so
Oscar don't mind making them fights happen.
yeah, Oscar
Don't think I like
don't
with
mind.
Oscar.
Yeah,
But how you feel
yeah.
about Dula? His opponent is 26-5. Johan.
I've
I
heard
would
the
have to
name
say
before,
Johan.
Vasquez.
I mean, we all did from Dragon Ball Z. Johan. I think it's somebody. Dragon Ball Z Johan. Or I don't think I'm
No, you
Yamcha. I'm
talking
thinking
about
I'm
Gohan.
Yamcha. I think. No,
Talking about
Gohan. Yeah,
Yamcha and Gohan. You
Gohan.
put it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
I feel like he's gonna put him in boxing clinic. He might stop the guy
yeah,
too.
yeah. He'll probably stop the guy. The
I
guy
feel like
is
see him
he's
in
coming
boxing.
off a TKO win, but
He's
before that
26 and
he lost
5. It's
three.
actually not a bad record.
Nah,
It's not.
yeah.
So,
So I think it's just another step up for him, but I think he'll pass
but he
easy.
moving though. That's what I like about you, Abdullah Mason. You moving. This kid, I like this kid. I don't see nobody else doing this. Keyshawn
I
not even
know.
doing this, and Keyshawn got less
Well,
fights than
Keyshawn's
him.
fighting tougher fights though. Keyshawn started at a higher level
True.
because of his
True.
because of
True.
his Olympic
True.
background.
True because of the Olympics. True. True. I ain't even think on that honestly for some
Yeah,
reason.
he's fighting tougher fights.
But he moving. This kid, Abdullah Mason, is moving though.
Mm-hmm.
And not all his opponents been slouch overs either. They definitely gave
Mm-hmm.
him some work, but he just was sharp. He just was sharp. Very defensively responsible.
Mm-hmm.
Abdullah Mason. We're gonna go right to him. Troy Isley. I
Mm-hmm.
think what's his nickname? Mega Troy.
Is it?
I
I thought it
think
was
it
Box
is.
Boy Troy. I can't remember.
His allies is Transformer. I think they call him like Mega
Transformer.
Troy.
You're right.
Mega
Yeah,
Troy.
I've heard like 3 or 4 aliases for him.
That's a
So
good one though. Mega Troy.
yeah, like
Mega
Megatron,
Troy, yeah. Mega Troy versus Tyler Hayward.
Howard.
Howard, and he's 20. He's 20-1.
Mm.
So I don't know when he took this L, but let me see. So this might be something little tough. He took his L a good minute ago, like 2 fights ago.
Oh,
No, a fight
Troy
ago.
actually,
He lost a
Troy actually
unanimous
proved a lot.
decision.
Troy proved a lot to me in his last fight versus the Milwaukee Bull, Javier Martinez, because he was undefeated and he was on a hot streak himself.
And this guy only
So
lost 1 fight, and it was like a fight ago, and it was a unanimous decision loss. No TKO, no nothing. He lost unanimous. But
mm,
I feel like
yeah,
this gonna be a tough cookie for him too.
yeah.
And his building his resume, he looking good though.
Nah, I like Troy. His last couple fights, he's really impressed me. Ever since Vladimir Hernandez, he's been looking real good to me. So yeah, I like Troy for this fight as well.
I think it's gonna be a
He's
tough
really
one
improving. He's somebody that like I see clearly goes back in the lab and puts in the work.
because he's not a power guy. But
Nah,
5
not I
KOs,
mean,
he's not. 5 KOs, he ain't. The power
nah, he's not a
isn't.
power guy.
He, that's what I say. He's basically a skilled opponent. Um, I like this. His opponent. I'm not even sure if his opponent got. I mean, he got 11 KOs. He called himself
Yeah,
Hercules, age 30.
this would be a good fight for him.
Yeah. This might be a very interesting card. A lot of people might sleep on this card. This card might actually be interesting. And I feel like
Right.
but I feel like this is a good thing to build Keyshawn because you need fights underneath to still help your main attraction.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Like, and this is a good card, especially with him and his brother. And I don't know if it's in order, but you see Keon didn't say Calvin, but Bach like usually
Right,
not in order, but
right. I mean, I'm guessing Keon will be early because it is his debut.
pro debut, yeah. He
Yeah,
might be the first actual fighter on this card.
right.
That's how it usually go. But yeah. So I'm going with Troy. It's gonna be a good card, hell of a card. I think it'll be a good card to make a Keyshawn, to keep making sure, keep making Keyshawn the main event.
Mm-hmm. They want
But
to see where he stacks up with how he looks in a main event.
then he got good cards because now we got Brian Norman versus Derek. I don't know.
Yeah, Derek Cuevas.
Cuevas. 27-1. Never heard him. Got 1 loss, and that was a couple of fights ago, and it was a split decision. So
Right.
He got to look good against him. A lot of people haven't
He has
seen this
to
guy.
because
He got to look
he
good
has
against
a
this
good
guy.
record. But from what I've seen watching his fights, this Cuevas guy shouldn't really give Norman too many issues.
Well, I don't really know of him. So what type of fighter is he? Is he tailor made for Brian Norman?
He's not tailor made for him, but he's not anything special. He's a weird, awkward guy. He's
He's
real,
27-1, so it's like.
but he does stay in front of guys, but he likes to try to be slick, but he's like not slick at the same time. He's a weird.
So he gonna get Brian Norman what he wants technically. Because
I
see
mean,
Brian Norman's best skill set is his inside game.
even if he doesn't give him what he wants, it shouldn't be anything too hard for Brian Norman to adjust to. Because regardless of all the shit I give him and his dad, like he's not an ass fighter. He's a good fighter. So he should be able to adjust to it.
I feel like you don't be giving the talks to Junior. You giving the talks to Brian Norman Senior. And I think everybody do, because he is, and it's like I was watching a video where
he talks for Junior, so
but it's like it's like the one fan was like, listen, man, I used to love your son, like, and then you just came out of nowhere and you make people start to dislike him just by the way you talk, and your son isn't on a level where you're talking about. I remember they talked about how Bud wasn't nothing crazy inspiring. A lot of stuff he was coming off at, and it's like your son not saying this, bro. Talk on your son not saying half the stuff you're saying.
I think he came off. He saw a couple of these other boxing dads doing things and getting attention, so he started trying to do the dumb shit too. It's just coming off kind of corny, and we're getting that boxing dad fatigue too with all these guys. It's just like, bro, shut up and let your son go.
These boxing dads, coach. That was my main topic of like these last 2 months, man. These boxing.
We know your son is young, but he a grown ass man. He can talk for himself, bro.
Exactly, and it's okay.
And then you writing checks for him that I don't know if he,
and you could check cash out,
right?
Because
you talking crazy.
You talking grease. I mean, he should go in there and cook Mario, which I don't think he's gonna cook Mario. I feel like it's a 50-50 fight to me. Mario,
I feel like it's 50-50.
And slightly edge it to Mario because Mario been in way tougher wars.
This is true. He got better experience.
So that's why I'm like a Mario cat. A lot of people want to see, this Boots and Brian. No, what about Barrios? I can't slack on Barrios who's in a fight with Tank, a real live fight with Tank, and they gave him hell of a work. And
I think Barrios would be better for Boots' career than Brian Norman would be.
That's what I'm saying. And a lot of
it's
people,
a better fight.
I guess because there's so much attention, Brian Norman got so much attention because of the Boots video with YSM. Like it caught so much attention that not thinking like a lot of people thinking, oh no, they really want to see it, but what about Mario Barrios?
Right.
I feel like that's his best win because I mean, if he beat him, he beat Ugas too. He beat the man. He beat the man. So it's gonna be all right. So we already see he beat the guy that beat Ugas and was in there with Tank.
Right.
And if he get him out of there sooner than Tank did, now it's gonna all right. Now we talking.
Right.
So he got it's a lot of accolades Boost could gain from beating Mario way over Brian Norman. Like who gonna say, oh yeah, he beat Brian Norman? His main talk is gonna be because he beat Brian Norman, not because Brian Norman beat this boy too, and then this. So what you think Boost would have did to him? Like it's not going to gain that traction.
No, it's not. Barrios is the better fight.
It is, truthfully, it really is. And speaking on that, I wanted to get to Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu, finally, I've been wanting him to come back. He actually one of my favorite fighters. It's not like a big celebrity fighter like a Boost or somebody or a Tank. He's one of my low-key favorite fighters because he wanted to fight any and everybody, coach. I feel like if he was still champ today, it wouldn't be no running around. A contract would have been done with Bud or Spence, whoever they wanted to send him in the ring. I think it would have got done because
he would have took it.
Yeah, with Tim, he got in there with Tony Harrison. Yeah, he gonna fight. Because the Tony Harrison fight could have went left.
He like his dad. Just like his dad.
Costa-Tszyu, right? I cannot pronounce his name right.
It's Costa-Tszyu.
But yeah, and it's good. He learned the, but that's why I say you always got to start
Yeah,
from the
fighters like him
older
are gonna be
to get
around
with
as
the
long
youth.
as they want to because win, lose, or draw, he coming to fight and he gonna be
Yeah,
around for a long time if he wants to be.
yeah, and then a lot of other guys gonna disappear, and Tim Zukum is still walking around getting fights
Mm-hmm.
because he's a
Yep.
guy that's gonna bring his A game, and
And
that's
he's
how
always
fighting.
gonna get
Yeah,
paid.
that old school. He's a perfect example for
He's a
what
throwback
we
fighter.
need to be. Yes, for what this needs to be again. Because he's
Mm-hmm.
gonna fight, and in everybody, he got a
Yeah.
fight coming up against. I think I got it pulled up.
Oof.
Yeah, Tim
Yeah.
Zoo versus Backroom. Backroom.
Yeah. Back from.
I don't. The last name. Don't quote me, guys. I don't know.
Yeah. Go ahead, try it. Go ahead, try it.
Mark. Nah, I don't know.
Zaliev or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
I don't know. I can't even get
Murder
that.
Zaliev, I think it is.
Oh,
But I don't know, bull.
but
I got to look him up.
I actually review fight. I actually want to see what this guy record is. Uh, I think I don't know if is it a card actually out yet for them too.
I don't know. I didn't see one.
Oh, he actually 22-0, so undefeated fighter.
Oh shit. Okay.
Tim coming back on the hard fights, just like him and Dev. Coming back on
Yeah.
these hard fights. And then my thing is with Tim in his last fight, I felt like if that gash would have never happened, like
Yeah, I
he
think
would
he
have
would have
won.
beat Fundora.
Would have won. He
I
was
think he would have beat Fundora.
he the way the fight was going before the gash happened, it looked like it was going Tim way.
Yeah.
For sure. Like same thing, like that's like you said, that reminded you the Nigerian fight versus I think it was Elijah
Mm-hmm.
Williams, I think his name was. And that
Yeah,
fight, like
something like that.
exactly how it went. Like it just went like
Once that cut happened,
yeah,
it
once
go
the
left.
cut happened, the fight just went a different direction. Like
Right.
it was
But yeah,
like
I honestly think Tenzin would have won that fight had it not been for that cut.
yeah, and Tim is fighting an undefeated fighter, 22-0, 31, pretty yeah up there in his prime. I'm
I mean,
trying
but
to think what weight
I
class
mean,
are 54.
gotta
He's
be
still in
54, right?
54. Yeah, I ain't know. Maybe sometimes they might move up. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
After a loss, because my thing is once Tim lost, like I said, though they just be like they make it, oh he trash now because he lost, but watch he come
I
back
haven't heard that
and get
same
his
narrative though for Tim.
not for Tim though, but but ever since he
But
lost,
that's the interesting thing.
his what's it called did go down some because it's the generation where they trying to compress. If you lose, you done, you trash.
I don't
But
think it's
with
that
him,
so much. I just think it was
no,
people kind of forget about you once because once you fight and then you're not in social media every day, like
yeah,
just people just start to, move on with all the news happening every day. They
that's what
just
I'm
don't think
saying.
about you.
It's the generation. That's what I'm saying. It's the generation.
Mhm.
Like they don't think like what's next for Tim Zoo. None of that
I don't
because
think they
he's
really
not in
think
the
it's
media.
trash though.
He's not in the media. Yeah, I don't think they think trash because they can't because he's gonna take them fights. He's one of
The
them
thing is,
fighters.
like that brings up an interesting thing. The only time we really see that is that with black fighters. Is like once they lose, they trash. Is it because a lot of them keep trying to do this Mayweather thing that everybody's just kind of putting that on black fighters now, even if they're not like that?
That's a good topic. See, where sometimes I wish we had people who's live where we can have
Hmm.
people come on and they give us their thoughts on that. That's actually
Right.
good. Cause I don't know, could it be that because
No,
I don't
yeah,
see
we'll bring
a
that
lot
to a
of
live or something. We're
yeah
gonna
yeah
bring that
yeah
one to a
yeah
live or
yeah.
something.
We can make a
Write it
short
down
clip
before we
on
fucking
that.
forget.
I got it. I got the
Oh
key.
yeah,
I
you
got
can
the
clip it right from
notepad.
there, right? You can clip it
Yeah,
right from here anyway.
I still
But
gonna
yeah,
make a
that's
note
that's
on it.
something that, that's something I'm interested in. Do the fans just kind of put that on black fighters now? Because so many black fighters have tried to emulate that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's interesting. But I haven't heard that same talk for Tim Zoo. Like, oh, he trash now. It's just kind of just died down. It's just like, all right, when he's back, he's back.
All right, but speaking, we got speaking of Philly, because you already know we the Philly side. Mushnication just had him on our recent episode, Coach. Headline his first main event. How you feel?
I'm happy for him. Finally, getting that shine, and I think it's well deserved. He's been, you know, performing for a while now, so been putting on pretty good fights. I think he fought on one of Jake Paul's previous cards. Put on a show on that fight.
put him down.
So it's it's about time he get himself a main event. See if he can, elevate.
I know I was talking to him. I'm happy for him. Congrats, bro. And I was talking to him. He was saying I think that was their main thing was once they found out he could sell and put butts in seats, mission gonna go up. Mission gonna go up. I think that's all he said they want to know is if he can sell, which I think he can because he got more than just boxing on his side. He like a Ryan Garcia, but just a lower level of Ryan Garcia in terms of the fame. He got over I'm not sure if it's 200 or 100,000, but he's in that category right there. With
followers,
with the followers. Not all of them are boxing fans, but
they're Muslim fans.
Yeah, Muslim fans, boxing fans, and fans of him being a comedian. So that's like 3 bases right there. So he got
his skits and everything. He got social media popping. So I think it's a good look for him, and we'll see how many people he can bring out. But I think he'll generate a decent crowd.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so. He can really generate, and you know how Philly rock for us. You already seen with Boost. You already seen how they did with Boost, and that might like Education with another fan base too.
Is the fight in Philly?
I got the flyer right here. Hold up. I'm 100% sure, but I'm about to look it up. But I mean, you know how Philly stand for us, coach.
Right.
Philly gonna stand. I feel like they always talk about the brotherly love, but we stand for each other when it's time. But here it is. It is in Collingwood Grand Ballroom. I don't know where this is at. It say 315 White Horse Park. No, it's in Jersey.
Jersey.
It's next door.
Close enough.
Same thing. Because Philly's still gonna pop out for you. You across the bridge,
that's
bro.
next door.
Yeah, you across the bridge. But you already know how Philly pop out for each other. We gonna rock. We gonna rumble. Especially when it comes to somebody of our own. They showed out for Boots. So I feel like with him and his fan base, they're gonna show out for him. They're gonna come out. His Muslim community gonna come out for sure. His fans for the comedian side gonna show out, and his boxing fans. So I think he's gonna do really good. Hopefully he do really well. Cause I want him to go to the moon, go to the top. But support Philly for sure, 100%. He may say he's from Baltimore, but you been here longest.
He's been adopted by Philly a long time ago.
Long time. So he know what's up. Philly, we still gonna rock out like you one of our own, cause you is.
Right.
But hopefully he do great, coach. And we just had him on the episode. That was amazing for that edition. That was good. Cause that was good for us too. But what was I getting at next? Did you have anything, coach?
No, not really. That's about it for me.
It's been a long episode for real, but it don't seem that long.
Was it?
Honestly.
How long it is?
It's a long episode. I'm not even sure. But this is for us. Listen, because they already know, coach. There's only one side. We ain't choosing no other side. We ain't no Baltimore, no Cali side. There's only one side, coach. They already know what side that is. And that's the Philly side, yeah?
Yeah, it's all good now. We out the hood now. It's all good now. We out the hood now. We out the hood now. It's all good now. We out the hood now.